I like to ramble, ramble. I like to ramble, ramble. I like to ramble. Welcome to the innermost ramblings of Fiona. I'm Fiona and I like to ramble. It's actually been the way that I'm learning to get to know myself. I started voice memoing myself and feeling my truth as I speak. Like, does that feel good in my body? That's not quite right. I'll keep talking and then feeling, oh wow, yeah, that is not. So this is where I ramble and process whatever is alive, whatever is staring in me in any given moment, and invite you to listen. Maybe you find some identification. Maybe you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Or maybe you're like, what? That's not my truth. And I hope that you'd seek out your truth as you listen. Listen to your body, listen to your responses, and maybe even do a little rambling of your own. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy. A disclaimer before we jump into it. These are voice memos that are voice memos. They are infiltrated by wind sounds and cars going past, or me being in the car, or they are not perfect audio. I can't sit down and have the same processing effect. There's often movement involved. I like being outside or standing up, or so my audio is unedited and authentic to the environment that I'm in. Good morning. Although it's my morning, top of whatever time that you're listening to this. I find myself so full and so so aware that tears need to move to make space. But without that, I've like this morning I've just been like unable to move. So I'm moving. I just feel so. I don't know the words. I don't have the words, and that's the point. Like, I have this story in my head right now that's like, why are you crying on a podcast? But this is what I do. I voice memo friends and just be like, be with me while I'm being me and feeling all these things that are new and good. Oh. I realized that can I just say how good it feels to name all of that and still be okay? Like, this is the most okay thing because it's exactly what's alive and authentic in me right now. To release the judgments that I have around it. I've had a really good time. I'm expanding at rates that I just don't, like, my logical mind cannot fathom all of the things that are happening to me, all of the things that are happening in me. I want a name and I want labels and but it's in the not understanding and in the edges of my mind, my logical mind,
it's in my body. This stuff's happening in my body. And it's always been happening in my body, but now I'm just aware of it. And it's so freaking nice. It's like a coming home of self. Side note, I'm in a new place. And as in, I'm living in a new place for 6 weeks. I'm just exploring, and my housemate has a community garden, and I've just wandered into it, and it's freaking amazing. I'm finding myself so inspired by everyone I meet. Like, once upon a time I was so freaking judgmental of everyone and wanted to find the reason why not. And it's so nice lately just to be like inspired by everyone, to see everyone differently. Ugh. Like, I hadn't realized that was the case until just then. Fuck, it's so good. It's so, like, there's awe. And I think it's awe of myself. Like, as I'm just like, wow, I am a miracle. It's making space for everyone and everything else to be a miracle. Which makes me think, so this quote, I remember, like, if you live as nothing, there are two ways to live. I'm pretty sure it's Einstein. There's 2 ways to live. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is a miracle. And I tried so freaking hard to do that, like stuff down the other things that didn't feel miracle-like, which just meant I was judging the things that didn't feel miracle-like, rather than just letting them be what they are. And it's like really, really knowing that everything's welcome, and that's what makes it a miracle, not like the only the good is a miracle. It's everything, and it really does. I just feel so different. And it's so good. Like, who would have thought that I'm going to take myself for a walk and cry because I'm so glad. I'm so something. There's this really cool building. It's got like scribbles and paint, and I really like this area. It looks cool. It's very artistic. I think it's about to rain. Yep, it's about to rain. 2 words. Receive, surrender. I feel like they're not the same, but that's where expansion happens, and they are similar. Like, realizing one doesn't exist without the other, in the sense that went dancing last night, and I did have a conversation about surrender. Like, I knew I needed to leave the place I was living.
God, it would be like May, it's now June. I don't know. I knew I needed to leave and I didn't really have a plan. So I packed my car up and left. And I've lived out in my car before, and found it like, it just, having less stuff is really, well, I don't know, freeing. It feels lighter. Anyway, I haven't really had a plan. And I have birthed so much of myself. I've discovered so much of myself because I haven't had a plan, because I haven't known what's next. And I'm leaning into that and being like, well, I don't know. Like, I have a house for 6 weeks now. And that feels so good to be like, and I don't know where I'm going next. And I, like, every time I make plans, they don't go to plan. And there's this beautiful thing that's happening as I just surrender. And yet there's more. Like, there's more to sink into, there's more to let go of, there's more to just allow. Man, this is such a cool suburb. There's so many arty things and murals and quirky little corners and even like old looking industrial yards that are rusty. It is a very cold morning though. My feet are a little cold. I'm walking with no shoes on. Anyway, I was having this conversation about surrender, and then just this morning, like, so I went to a dance last night where I was very, it's called MOJO, and it was led, and yeah, there was space for connecting with people whilst dancing, and that is an edge for me. I mean, dance is my teacher, very much so. It is bringing me back to myself and my body, and what happens during dance. I so often I'm like, wow, okay, that's a space. I am so obsessed with this suburb. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's a space. What it feels like in my body whilst dancing is what it can feel like in my life whilst living. Like, it's not separate, it's all the same energy. It's like I can touch and feel and experience what that energy feels like and then move towards that. And we were invited to just like move into the edges and like let go of what expectation, or like, I want to dance to this person and it's going to be like this. And I did, or I thought I did. And then this morning it's just been like, there is so much more for you to relax into. Like, I found it really hard to let go and to name it. Like, my belly hurt a lot. Okay, I'm saying it again. Guys, I'm obsessed with this suburb. It's so cute and just, I love it. There's so much green and so much art and so much creativity and so much it feels, yeah, really dynamic and expressive. Anyway, back to surrender. Just realizing, like, I clench so much and there's just this like panic, and there's more. There's just always more.
for me to like go into, and this like surrender and this finding that I'm held and that it will be better than if I have this plan in my head that it's I've got to recreate on the outside. I did a photo shoot with someone last week, and she had in her head a very clear picture of what she wanted to get, and it was hard to drop in with that to begin with because we couldn't get it perfect. And in the end, the photo that she liked the most was not what she wanted at all. Like, it wasn't the angle. It just wasn't what we set out to capture. And in my experience of creating art, that is 100% true. It's like always, art makes itself. Like, art makes itself. Like, the creative process is it. That's what I engage for. That's why, like, it's I guess it's the journey, isn't it? It's the, yeah, wow. To realize that I am created as I create. Like, I discover depth to myself. I discover myself to myself. And I discover what I'm really trying to create. Like, it's an invitation to be seen and known differently. Yeah. Just random note. I saw this picture of in my mind, of a medicine woman. Like, I was in a meditation a couple months ago, maybe a month, I don't know, a little bit ago, and I saw this medicine woman, and she had like shapes and lines and I guess runes on her face. And I've been experimenting with like bringing her out, like actually adorning my face with the things that I saw, sort of. And it's an intuitive process, so it's a different design every time I've done it. I've only done it twice, but I did it with henna last night, which means it's still on my face this morning. I just walked past someone and I forget that it's there. But I have a face full of, like, I guess medicine womany looking lines and shapes, which I really love. It's one more way, I guess, I'm stepping into me and my expression, and the fact that I do really like to experiment with what's on my face, how my body's adorned. Anyway, that was a side note. But to receive, and going back to this idea of receiving and surrendering, like, I still very much wanted to engage in a particular way with people. As I danced with them. Like, it's only upon reflection this morning that I was like, I was still hoping or wanting or expecting, and didn't soften. Like, when it was what I wanted, I was like, it can't stay too long. That this move is so intimate. The distance between two bodies is getting closer and closer, and that is an edge for me. Like, wanting to run, and maybe just being like, it's okay. Like, you are doing so well, dear Fiona 1. Like, you are doing so well to lean into this. I am so freaking proud of you. Like, I am. I'm so... I don't recognize me in the nicest way. So just realizing that, I think, and like, just can I imagine how much more surrender there can be? It's not even an imagining thing. It's it exists. It exists and it's there, and all I have to do is allow it in. Let someone help me this week, and I surrendered to the help. And it wasn't a helpless thing. It actually felt really good. Like, normally I'll delegate something or ask for help, and I'll hover, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I need to like somehow earn or like do something while this is happening, or and I just let go. Like, I was just like, they've said yes, I'm gonna let them do the thing they've just said they'll do for me and with me, and to realize that how much energy I've used on hovering, on being like, no, I can't receive that fully. I can't let that in. I can't, like, I need to somehow repay or pay or earn and like the energy that is required of me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bo 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 bo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now 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 now. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Tatia kadniashka no mamaya tetea ka papaya teneniashka no moe papai. I just feel incredibly humbled. I realize that I still have judgment around the fact that I want to cry in reaction to how I'm feeling. Like, I just... like, crying still equals something is wrong. And I feel so alive and so grateful, and all I want to do is just weep with whatever it is that's moving. Like, it's so... still so foreign to me that I can just sink into this and not be doing something wrong, that I'm not broken. I'm so much more whole. And I feel like that's possibly this next level of surrender, or this receiving. Like, I can only, like, I feel so full, but I'm also still holding on to, like, wanting to know And that's okay too. What if it's all okay? What if it's all welcome? What if all of me is welcome? And not what if, all of me is welcome, full stop. All of me. And to receive that part of myself, to receive myself, makes more space to receive everything. I've been incredibly blessed by the spaces that I've found myself in the last little while, like the beauty and just the I guess the quirkiness, I don't know, like each house, each space it's got so much character and it's all been so different. Each space has taught me something about myself and about, I guess, clarity around what I would like in a living space. But also just like how much I enjoy being in a space and then learning and moving, not needing to know. But I had a friend say, like, how do you find these places? I'm like, I don't know. I just followed whims. And to see that, like, to reflect on that now and just be like, yeah, I think it's just that I'm kind of letting go of, like, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. I'm really excited this place has a bath, to be honest. And so much quirky art stuff going on. Someone made an eye with tiles on a barbed wire fence wall thing. Oh my goodness! Wow! I feel like I'm probably done with words for now. Like I keep coming back to just being like, I wanna make sense of what's going on for me, and that often has been speaking, but it's getting more and more often. And I'm like, it's energy in motion. I think I started with this, like, it's not a logical mind thing. And yeah, I wrap words around stuff and it helps me to process and to realize what my experience is. But I think more and more I'm just like, I don't need the words, right? The words are only part of it. That there's so much more depth in just feeling. Because that's where my truth is, like being in my body and being in my body and moving. Well, shall we breathe? I think that's the other thing that I really realized last night was breathing with other people. Like while I was dancing, I forget to breathe. And just being like, this is where my life force is. Like I can get so focused on the movement and so focused on the, ooh, that's a dead end. So focused on the other that I forget to bring me. And yeah, just like I feel so much more when there's when there's breath, because I'm there, because I'm here, because I bought me. Yeah. So breathe with me. Breathe and become intimate with your own breath. There's a nervous system regulation, like syncing up. Like our nervous systems will sync up. I believe, even over me rambling here and you listening wherever you are in time and space. So just dropping. That's the word that's coming. Dropping what you're doing, dropping into your body, dropping expectation of what this breath will look and feel like. Just let it be, let you be. It's a reminder to myself too. And as I breathe deeply, there is more moving. Well, as I prepare to breathe, it's like that. I've said this before on this podcast. I know often I don't breathe deeply because it means that emotion starts moving through me, and that's been uncomfortable. But so breath in, into your body, into your pelvic bowl, your chest, your lungs, shoulders, neck, and then release. Like, just let go of whatever. It's not a mind thing. It's a body thing. Breath happens in the body, not in the mind, not in the head. So 3 times. Just breath out, and then we'll breathe. And let something go. I'm wiggling. Invite your whole body into this breath. Last one. Just how much more of your body can experience this breath with you. I love that self-discovery happens when I invite other people. I totally just experienced a deeper level of like, oh, when I breathe, I can totally just move my body differently. Even if I'm not in official breath work. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, I really hope your body feels. I really hope your body feels, and that you are present with your body a little more home, a little more seen by yourself. Thank you for witnessing me. Au revoir. Wait, there's more. I just been reflecting some. This is completely not related to the last thoughts, but it's the same time and place. I just did some dancing, and more stuff is moving, and yeah. I've been leaning into the edges around touch, and I mentioned like learning to dance in closer proximity with another person, learning to dance whilst touching. Edgy. But it also feels like home, like realizing that it feels like home. It feels like home to to allow touch in. Like, however, it is triggering this, like, am I just an object? Am I just a body? Am I just, like, are you seeing me for me and all my dynamics, all my person? That, like, yeah, I live in this body, and she's becoming more and more beautiful to me. I am more and more allured and like, I found windows that are reflective and I'm dancing in front of them just on the street. It feels good. It's not that I don't care anymore. It's just like, yeah, I know. This is my body, and getting to know her and enjoy her, enjoy me. Anyway, this trigger thing has been like, am I just a body? And I guess it's like, am I treating other people as just bodies, perhaps? Like, is that it? It's been like, I think that's probably some of my resistance to completely surrendering in these spaces, even though I know they're incredibly safe. Like, these people that I'm dancing with, I guess it's like, am I respecting them? Am I seeing them as humans, as people, as souls inside bodies, not just bodies? Yes. Yes, I am. More and more I am. And that actually it makes other people's bodies even more alluring to me, because I'm seeing soul first. That is epic for me to realize and put into words just now. And then this like enjoyment of people seeing my body. As in, during the dancing last night, I would have once upon a time been very self-conscious of how my body may or may not have looked. But to like have people, to notice people looking and seeing my body and enjoying it, enjoying her, enjoying me. I know that I was enjoying being seen. Like, freaking heck, people. Freaking heck. That is so new. Like, to enjoy being seen and not have it be like, yeah, I'm being like conceited or blah, blah. Just letting it be what it is. Like, huge. And enjoy it. Like, and I'm not saying, well, I'm definitely not saying that this trigger has been unraveled, but just to know and notice, like, there is that element that is, is coming up. Like, there is a new energy moving through me, even as this old energy and fear moves. And I guess that's kind of like, there is space for simultaneous exploration of this. Like, I don't have to feel one thing and not feel the other thing. Like, both is welcome. Both end. That's been, wow, okay, yeah, cool. I just realized that that's been my expectation of self. Yeah. Wow. Okay, maybe I'm done now. You thought I was done before. I closed off and then I opened up again. Thanks again. And there you have it, folks. Another
episode of the Innermost Ramblings of Fiona in the Books. Thanks for coming along. Please like and subscribe and share and do all those things. And if you want to find me on socials in between time, you can find me at _innermost_ramblings on Instagram, or check the show notes for other ways to connect. Until next time, have a brilliant, beautiful day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, whenever you're listening to this. From my heart to yours. Bye.